Hello everyone and welcome back. So as you can see, we have the combination of the reference image and the traced drawing and the drawing that we have done. I can't seem to get rid of this. Please go away. Go on the top piece. Oh, finally. Okay, so this happens to be the drawing we did. Remember, we just finished in the last from the Paintology, we just managed to do the background. So we did the block coloring with a broad brush very quickly. Then we then we did the block coloring of the fox, and then we used the shade brush to diffuse that lovely hill in the distance. And now we're going to do the foreground of the fox standing on top of this foothill with these red roses, you see. So that's what we're going to do. And we managed to keep the brush. We used the shade brush to achieve the diffuse effect of the shading at the back, and then we resumed with our line brush. We haven't even touched density, so maybe I'm not going to touch density here, so to keep things simple, because that might introduce something which you're not familiar with, and you probably feel comfortable with just getting to know how everything works. So you can see here that as you get closer, it's all a bunch of mishmash of colors. That's all it is, right? And then when you look from a far distance, what happens? It becomes more like your eyes tend to show that it's a lot more to it, a lot more to this than meets the eye. Yeah, there's a lot more detail, but your eye tends to resolve this. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing the fox with this setting. We got 1% brush size, okay, and then 100% density in the line, and I've just zoomed in. And now if we go to the midway point, you can see that we're just going to simply get really close to the actual underlying reference image. Right here, you can see what I'm doing. I can see that I'm seeing my drawing and the reference image which I'm using as a reference. Very powerful technique, believe me. Exceptionally powerful technique that allows you to really shape your drawing skills. Right. This is all I'm doing. Color picker and constantly just see this color there? Just constantly there. You can see? Picking the shapes and transfer it to my drawing. Okay? That's all it is. And then here you can see that these colors are light, and then you can keep using these different and get the effect, yeah? So it doesn't look like botchy. So now because you've got a very small brush, you have this high degree of control. Typically, this is the way I've learned to do photorealistic drawings, even on a phone, unaided by the by the trace. I can do it exactly like freehand. I just look at an image or an object, and I can produce. And I've done quite a few which you can check out on this video. Yeah. So if that's your aim, I suggest you practice like this, and it will really develop your skills a lot faster than any other means, in my opinion. And I've done both traditional and digital, so I can say with some authority, yeah, on this subject. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm just color picker, picking these colors at a much higher resolution, and so therefore I get more detail. See, where I'm seeing tonal changes, I'm actually applying this color. It's a very small brush. You can see I'm the white here is in between there. It's got this dark color. Let's just refine his. And this allows us to give texture as well. You may think, you know, it's how you also get texture. People think you need a brush to give you texture, but you create the textures, not the brush. Then you have mastery over your drawing. It's not dictated by the tools. See, I'm working in a very confined region, so I'm not stepping out too far out. So therefore I'm creating details. I'm starting from the inside and going out because of the fox that I'm doing, and then let's have a look what we have here. Then we can just increase the brush and then pick this color and then pick the blue color and right, that's the hill, top of the hill, right? And look at now, we can go back to 1% or 1.2%, doesn't matter. Just get these, right? Just randomly follow these, use this as a guide to create these lovely furs that this fox possesses, yeah? Look at that, just use these colors, and then hopefully you'll randomly pick up the lighter color and then give you a mishmash of the colors you're looking for. So, look at that, see? Can see what I'm doing? That's all you're looking at, nothing complicated. Right there. Remember, the aim is to finish this drawing in 2 sittings. So I have to finish this drawing, so therefore I may be going a bit too fast for you guys. But you can always come back to the video and resume. Just following this shape. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Look at that. This shape of the furs are beginning to look like very line orientated, and we have to fix that, but for now it's fine. Let's now because it looks so like an ink type of drawing, and you can see the leopard, the way I did the leopard, you'll notice that I changed. That's when I introduced the density setting, and I think I should introduce the density setting, otherwise I'm going to get these kind of furs that look like the furs on a doll or a toy fox, isn't it? So what we're going to do is look at these lovely furs. We're going to take the density down, let's say 50%, and then keep that brush just below 2%. And let's try it now and see what happens if we can get the lovely white fur there. Let's see if we can capture those white fur. And I'll tell you in a minute why that works. Right, just let me lay down some of the initial colors. See, I'm following the colors. I'm just going randomly. No drawing experience required. And then we can see if this is working or not. If not, we'll adopt a different technique. Nothing's lost. Remember, it's a learning process. Look, this fur is going in this direction. Nothing gained, nothing lost, okay? Then we'll see if we'll be able to evaluate whether we got this right. Yeah? Let's see if we got that sort of bit better. I think it's a bit better, isn't it? That fur is definitely less distinct. And the reason why this is the case is because the density, this is what I'm going to explain to you. You'll find this very easy and intuitive, is that the density means that it affects the intensity of that brush stroke that you picked. You know, suppose you're on that brownish color there, you can see on the bottom right, this one. Suppose you're on that brownish color, okay? So the density basically is the same as saying, let's increase the intensity of that color, you know, or let's decrease the intensity of that color. So for example, if you were at 50%, you could say that I could achieve the whole intensity of the 100% color, you know, this color, by look how look how it decreases. Yeah, see how the opacity or the density or the hardness, lightness of this color decreases, which means that we can do multiple strokes in order to achieve this intensity. So basically it's behaving exactly like a pencil. So, but with many more gradients than HB1, 2, and then B4, B12, all the way to B12. So it's exactly like the gradient, all right? So that's all it is. And why did I pick this for the furs? Because then I can get an overlap that doesn't look. Remember, look, these fox fur here, this fox fur on here, this one, that looks, sorry. The hair, that one looks so starkly like strands, isn't it? We want to overlap, giving the impression of multiple gradients, multiple shades. And that's why this here, it's actually working a little bit better. So therefore it's better to have this dense setting here, okay? So we're going to carry on doing this method of drawing here. So I pick the color picker, pick the adjacent color, and just create that illusion of fur. It's not like, then you can see there's some this dark colors. Just pretend that these colors are extending out underneath, so it doesn't look like we've created anything, but just carry on, okay? And then when we come to it, we will create. See that? There's a little bit of lightness. See that there? Can you see it? Now we've captured it, okay? Giving the illusion of volume, right? Now what we can do is we can do this side here. And we'll do the same thing. Remember, we're trying to capture a sense of the furs, you know, using the best way possible without using just a brush with a fur on it. A furry brush, isn't it? Go here. Let's see that. There. Just created a sense of, right, just the illusion. There, we can capture this. Just going over this one. Right there. Giving form. And then look at this. Here. can see better, more clearly on how this is, right? Giving it shape, okay? And then here, do you see that beautiful, just create the form and shape, to get away with it, that's all. Let's look at this around here. It's a little bit lighter orange. Then we can check. See what we're doing? And then you can get darker if it's not coming out. Pick from your color palette, okay? Give this illusion of form and shape. Right? This is much more beginning to look like then he's got this shape, and then so you can click on it, you don't have to slide it. See that lovely tinge, white tinge? It's happening here. There. Let's capture that, okay? And then let's see. Got this. We've got a good brush size, so we can just carry on. Then here, this, we're giving the illusion. And if the color palette is not enough, you can go even here and get a more dense color. Right? And then here, give the illusion. Then here, look at that, it's so dark here, so we can give that form. You can see it? So dark here. They're just using the pencil marks. And look at that, there's a beautiful nose here. So we've got a big brush. Not too worried about. And then see these stones here? Can go down here all the way. Shape that, the ones we did earlier. Let's see what happens. Look at that. It's beginning to look like realistic, isn't it? So you can see how this is going. How are we doing for time? We want to finish this. There's no way I'm not going to overstep this boundary. We're okay. We actually got good amount of time. So let's see. So let's pick these and then just use the brush. See, it seems to be working now, isn't it? Then use these colors. You see how it's helping. Right, this is actually better. You can see your drawing. And then I can show you my drawing as I'm doing it. I'm picking these colors. And then look at this beautiful deep red on top of this belly. Oh, look at that, this partial leg here. So if you don't know where it is, just go halfway and then mark the line. Then here, you see where I did the earlier one, it didn't quite work. This one seems to be working with that big brush size. And then this darker goes here. That's all I'm doing. And then here, some lines going here. Good. And then here, seeing these. So this is not quite gray enough. And let me see if I can, oops, that's way too grayish. Let's see if I can. And let's see if I can bring it just a tad darker. give the illusion that this is nice, furry. You can see that there, there. And then this color here, it's lovely. It's got some of that orange stretching to here as well. Then there's around here, it's a little grey. Okay, look how I created that fur. It's really coming out now. It's all about technique. Okay, you should keep that in mind. It's technique. Now we don't have there's not that much fur down there, but so you see how powerful the method of block coloring can be. It stretches way beyond just typically doing right there. Then we can develop these legs, strong, firm legs, right? And let's draw this. Let's see if we can pull off some hair, fur. Right, so keep selecting the colors with. If you're not getting the colors, then find something in the palette that will work, or change according to how I'm doing it. There, so it's a learning experience for me as well. If you're not getting the color, just change on the turn, because this is entirely your drawing, and you can do it any ways you want. Your complete control. It's not like you're going to make a mess. Like in traditional, you can't go back, can you? That's the beauty of digital. You can always undo or start again. That's why I encourage you to save it. When you save, you can resume your work, and it'll make multiple savings, and you can resume. Look there, you can carry on. Say you made a mistake and you want to do it all over again. Right, it's a perfect way. Okay, so we've done this, and we haven't quite grabbed. See the furs that he's got here. And then we can pick the color palette. Get these furs here, right? That's it. Right there. And then, because the whole idea for me, I think, one of the aim was for me to capture these furs. Yeah, there. Can you see the beautiful furs here? Can do that easily. There. It's just like drawing. No big deal. And look at these wonderful tones, lovely orange tones that just goes and follows the rest of the muscular area. Right there. And then pick another color, a little darker. So giving the illusion of that fur, yeah? And then you got this grayish tone that is sort of grayish tone, isn't it? Then I got this tone here of his legs there. So again, I've got the stylus right on the tip, just like a normal pencil, but I'm holding it right on the edge of and that's how I'm able to make these quick strokes here. I can't show you, but next time I'd show you, okay? So let's get this orange tone, and let's put in this middle here, and try and capture this edge where this is happening, yeah? Yep, there it is. And then look here as well. Here. I want to capture that. Remember, we want to capture that, isn't it? We didn't capture any of that, so I think we got something. His hind leg, isn't it? We got something on his hind leg, yeah. Okay, so this is looking quite good. And now what we can do is we can, with the focus is obviously on the fox. So we're going to try and, let me save this and open it up again. Oh, there it is, my paintings. So what we want to do is we've captured the leg. Let's see if we've captured this leg, and then we want to finish this. Can you see that? That's just some weeds getting into it, but we just want to make sure we got the leg first. Then we can do the weeds later on, right? Yeah, so that's important. So we got this hind leg. So we can take that, so okay, even if we have to do that, doesn't matter. And then the rest is just rocks, isn't it? We could finish that later. That's the easiest bit, and I'll show you that at the end. Right, what have we got here now? We've got this shadow that's fallen. Pretty interesting, it's a shadow. But we're not too worried about that. Now we're at the tail. Look at his tail. So still keeping it. And let's finish this tail. Look at this lovely tail. Just go over it, just like that. Then we can pick this tone here, a little bit lighter tone. All right, just pick this up. Then we got this darker tone here. Okay, oh look, it's got a black mark on it, so it can distinguish this from the rest of the pack. And then look, it's a deeper black tone here. And then we can use the color palette got that lovely white tone there. There. So let's see if we formed its tail. Remember, here we got this. This leg is stretched up here. We don't want to make the somehow goes back. Then let's see if we got that tail almost right, isn't it? Yeah, it's beginning to look good. Yeah. So now I can see here we might need to do some work here. Can you see it? So what is that? What's going on here? That little leaf is actually covering, but this consists of the leg, right? The hind leg. So it's not like he's on a stilt or anything. Yeah. What the? Then I got some dark here. Just define that leg. And then we got some there. All right. I think we got a good kind of legs. The fox's head is looking really good, isn't it? That's the prominent feature. So now what we can do is we've got enough time. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got plenty of time. We're going to finish in record time. So now we can do this foreground. How are we going to do that? I really don't want to copy it. I just want to I'm going to take it to 30%, let's say, increase that. And let's see what happens if we pick these colors and just randomly, no, that's not working. So let's pick a white color. So let's say we pick this color, then we can open it and then say, you know what, I think there's going to be some white there as well. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a random, I'm not trying to copy exactly. Okay, and if that's not, and testing, this is testing the opacity, right? So this could be a flower, right? You don't know. And that could be a shadow there. And it could be, because the fox is there, we could assume that there's a shadow falling here, or it could be a rock, we don't know. So we're just filling up the rest of the pieces, and then you can use this as a means. Nothing, because it's not that important, right? Just giving the illusion, and then we can add to it as well. There's some red here, beautiful red, and then this is what I have, almost 50%, 45%, right there. And then just as though it's the foothills, right? It's got some yellow. Let's pick some of these colors. Let's get dotted around, right? Like nothing too, and then even put some here. Why not? I think we've got a nice little density setting here, and then pick some of that orange there. Gives the impression, and then what are we going to do there? There's some nice little dotted around. Right there, and then some grey here. just randomly. I'm not doing anything. I'm just seeing what I can get away with, that's all. Right? And still make the picture look realistic enough, right? There. I think we did a good bit. Yeah, what is on this side? I don't care really. Maybe it's got leaves, but I haven't done any leaves. I'm just going to put a little spots of plants. Then I might get some of that white and put some of that plants, right? Right there. Just randomly. Nothing. Right? Do you see how it works now? And then we can assume, can you see that how that area is now coming up? This is effectively what one would say a drawing process, yeah? So it's a drawing process, and let's see, you find that it has blobs of little black as well, so don't be afraid to do this, right? So that block, just sparingly, yeah? There. So you can see this area here where I'm going to go back to the line brush shade, and then it's 3%, so that's fine. And then I'm just going to diffuse that so it is in the distance. See, I don't think in the original that was part, but remember we made this side here part of the background scene, so that's what we're doing. Right, diffusing it out. Right. And this black is really a part of the, could be rocks, right? So I'm actually using shade. So you can use shade to good effect on creating sort of a, see how I'm doing it? It's like creating some effects, right? So there, just play with it. This is all creativity. See how I'm taking the shade here as well, yeah? I don't know what's happening there. It's over there. I'm going to take that green and the shade and then just assume that there's still part of the background hill, and then I think that's worked, doesn't it? Yes. So this is what we have, right? We've got some, perhaps we want to, I don't know if we need to do anything under the the line of the fur, but probably not. So I think we've done a good job here, isn't it? We're practically finished. So I'm just going to use a bit of shade, and then let's see if we're going to let's continue using this shade and see if we can add more, make it more realistic, yeah? Why not? Let's see if this helps. So this is all experimentation, yeah? And you should not be afraid to do it. all experiments. So you can see how we got the fur and everything. I think we're okay. So now I'm going to switch back. No, actually, I'm not going to switch back because there is that, if you've noticed, that sky, this little sky that we happened to touch up when we were doing the fox. So I'm just going to diffuse that. Otherwise, it looks ugly, isn't it? See how that works. See how that wonderfully works. So there you are. I think we can say it's sort of done. And you can do a lot of touch. You know, there's a lot of people who ask the question, when do you know a drawing is done? We don't really. Let's take that down. That looks like a valley of some kind, isn't it? So, and then add a little bit of black here. Just don't know what kind of flowers these are, but we managed to get away with it, isn't it? So there you are. So there you are, the complete drawing, and I hope you've enjoyed this. So I'm going to sign this, and I've got to sign it with the line brush. So we did this in a record time here. So I was pretty bad at, I'm quite good at drawing, but pretty bad at doing my Paintology. I don't think you can see that. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this, and this drawing is in celebration of the 100 subscriber on the Paintology app, and soon to be on Paintology, channel, YouTube channel, and soon to be on this Ferdouse channel as well. So thank you for all your support, and please do subscribe, and I will continue to bring you another great tutorial tomorrow. And if you have any ideas for a drawing you'd like to see, you know, by all means, please post in the comments, or also you can upload your pictures and on the community section, and then we're always improving our app. So if you feel you hit a block in the app, instead of giving a bad rating, please supply us with some important details as to how you managed to, come across the problem or issue and describe it well, and we're sure to fix it. So we're not here to be judged, right? We're here to improve your experience with the draw, to keep bringing you high quality drawings, and so that you can learn from me and from the Paintology drawing app, and you can learn new art techniques that are not typically done in the digital medium, as you can see here. So thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Bye.